Graphite here. In this video, I am going to show you how to hydro dip, that is using ink transfer film, to make your drone have some carbon fiber on it. Now, this is going to either work out really well or it's going to not so much. But I've been practicing. The kit I got is from One Hit Wonder. It's ohwpaint.com, I think it is. It comes with instructions, a primer base coat, and adhesion promoter, the ink activator, a clear coat. This is the 2K. You can also get the regular clear coat. Film, tack cloth, Scotch-Brite gray pad, sandpaper, gloves. I am going to do the top here. I have sanded it lightly with some 600 grit sandpaper. I will now hit it with this kit is the magnetic graphite, and this is again, it's a primer, paint, and adhesive. So sanded it, make sure it's clean, free of oils, soapy water, get it all clean. Hit it with a couple hits of this. Then we will look at dipping it. Clean hands, soap and water. Yeah, they are inked, but they are clean. Make sure your work surface is clean. Need to get enough film for what you are going to dip. What I find is a clean tape measure. You may see a theme or hear a theme. So we're looking at about 6 inches by, we'll call it 3. This is about 6 inches. So we'll want probably 9 inches. Cut it there. Make sure what you are going to put it in will handle the width, the size of your film. Mine will barely do 9 inches. Let us go just short of 9 inches. Should be plenty. Don't touch the surface if you can at all help it. Now we're going to try to make a straight cut. Some of us, this is actually a challenge. Some of you could probably have no problem with this. But this one, the good news is on the carbon fiber is there are lines. Makes it easier to cut straight, but it also makes it much more obvious when there is stretch. See, I can't even cut a straight line when I got a guide. Alright, so now we want to, using tape, creating borders. This is what's going to hold the ink in place. My tape is like 1 inch thick, which is really bigger than I want, and I'll show you how I'm going to deal with that. Carefully. Yeah. I'll try to avoid that corner when I do it. Try to get this less sticky so it doesn't stick to your film so much. And that was awesome. Don't be in a hurry. Now, since my tape is like 1 inch, and I don't actually want to have 1 inch because my container is a little, it's just big enough for this. Now I'm going to cut this. Right along there. Trying to be careful with the paper. So I need to be able to hold this. So what I'm going to do, clean microfiber cloth. I'm creating a handle. Let's do our tub of water. You don't have to use a bag, that's best. I have a thermometer. I have it halfway because I want to see where it gets on the thermometer. The water actually holds the bag down and apart. If you're having problems with like your bag's too large and it's wanting to pull in at the top, just tape it. All right, I'm showing 90 degrees, so that was a decent shot. Add just a little more water. Trying to have it fairly high so you can see. When I do this, you'll be able to actually see it. So I just used a cup, scooped out some more water. Put some really cold water in. Did I mention it's winter and it's like in the 30s? This isn't a lot of water, so it doesn't take much to drop the overall temperature. Activator been shaken, not stirred, per the directions. 88, 87 degrees, between 80 and 90. Now I'm going to get the film with very clean hands. Try not to touch anything, but also keep your hands clean just in case you accidentally do. You might want to wear gloves. This is going to be close. There's a bubble right in the middle. Can you believe that? There it goes. Film probably is a touch too big. One-minute timer is started. I have an exhaust fan blowing out the window. Make sure there's no bubbles in it. Right there and right there appear to be bubbles. So I want to try to avoid those areas. It's been 1 minute. It's potent. Glassing over, all right. I may have missed that spot. There we go. I see I'm stretching it here, so I'm going to dip it like here at an angle. Slow. all the way under. Disrupt it on the surface. Voila. Oh, yes. That looks good. Nice. Okay, I'm really happy with that. Yes, that's awesome. So now I have lukewarm water. Nice, gentle stream. And you just do this for 3 to 5 minutes. Don't use jet. Don't hit it hard. You might mess up the ink. It's nice, not too hot. However, if it's cold, it will take longer to get the plastic off. That's the backing film. I now have carbon fiber hands. Does that make me a superhero? You can use the hose outside, you know, depending on what size your item is. It's just gonna, if it's cold, it's gonna take longer. And the way you know that it's done, 2 ways. One, touching it, it won't, the slime means that it's still there. That applicator plastic film is still there. And it will seem like it's taken forever. Once that sticky, slimy fill is gone, you'll notice that when you take it out of the water, see right here, hope you can see that on the camera, it's still glossy. The water is kind of still sitting there and it's glossy. That's because of that residue from the film. It'll be a dull color and it will want to dry once it's done. I won't bore you anymore with this. So you might be able to see how it's kind of changing. Some of it's changing to a dull. That's because it's working. So were you panicking like I was? You start seeing a weird things on it, little bubbles. That's because there's still some film there and it's still coming off. Don't panic. So I'm not kidding when I tell you it seems like it takes forever. You might be tempted to try to rub some of that off, some of that film off. Don't. It's okay to touch it to see if it's still slimy, but don't rub on it. Don't let your tape get too wet or it will come off if you're using a handle. You can't do this too long. As far as the piece goes, it's not going to hurt it. So how do you know when it's done? I told you it'll go flat looking. So there's basically 2 ways to know. One, the sun will cooperate. Does it look flat? And 2, are you just seriously tired of doing this? Okay, that is done. You can touch it and there's not any of the slick, slimy stuff on it. And you can see that it's dried nicely flat. And at this point, you'll let it dry, and then you'll hit it with whatever type of clear coat you want to put on it, gloss or satin or flat. I plan on using some gloss. Well, there it is. Carbon fiber top plate on the Mavic Air drone. Can you see that? See the sparkle? Now it is not pushed down. I didn't want to push on it yet. It's just been about 16, 17 hours. So I want to give it time, make sure it's completely dry before I push on it. But that's it. One of a kind. So I hope you enjoyed that. If so, please like, subscribe, comment. Got any questions about how to do it or anything, just ask. And if I know, I'll let you know. Thanks for watching.